The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. A fairly short kick from the 14. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it's Jackson. Finds his man over the middle. It's Likely. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Dolphins are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a 2-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if your defense doesn't bail them out.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I see what they were trying to do there, trying to find some dead space in the middle of the field and take their shot right there. A really good idea, but it winds up incomplete.
And we're in Baltimore, third quarter action, 2nd and 10. Now Tua. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Kyle Hamilton running up from his safety spot and earning the sack. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Under pressure, they got him again. Marcus Peters came screaming in on the corner blitz.
I know nowadays they give a lot of guys different things when they get to the sidelines after creating a big play, but just throw a cape on this guy because he single-handedly ended multiple drives. Interception earlier, sack on 3rd down. Really should have a better game plan installed for how to contain him because he's affecting this game in so many ways.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He's got it at the 15. And he will have a Dolphins first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. They hand it off to Mostert. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. From the 7, it's 2nd and 5. Once again, it's Mostert. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 3rd down, here comes Mostert. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Dolphins can't convert on fourth down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
Exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Jalen Phillips coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up fourth. Here we go. It's Jackson on fourth down. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to South Florida at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Detroit Lions and the Miami Dolphins. Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And we are underway from Miami. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Second down. Here's Mostert again. And he's got room. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. A short kick taken at the 18. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Hold on.
Now a play fake, and it's gone. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A play fake for Swift, now Goff. And that is incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Tua under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
On the handoff, this is Mostert. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. Pulled in at the 24. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They'll stay on the ground with Swift. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On first and 10, it's Swift. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
That's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
Meanwhile, Goff's throw going into the hands of Williams. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. Goff now looking to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Like what I've seen so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
On fourth down, Goff. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. The 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. So they go on fourth down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It's their third drive now, and so far we've seen a punt. In that second drive, CD, they turned the ball over, so not the start that they were envisioning.
Yeah, they've been ineffective so far, but look, they've worked on a game plan all week long. Don't get away from it too soon. Find a way to get some significant gains, loosen up,
and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to... EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to South Florida and Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Coming up, we've got what can only be described as a mirror image matchup between the Miami Dolphins and themselves. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety.
The tackle occurred in the end zone. Result of the play is a safety.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Okay, break. Ready?
Now Mostert. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this out just shy of midfield.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And a safety the last go-around. That's how we arrive at this 2-0 score. See if they can respond.
Such an oddity, isn't it? See those 2 points go up on the board.
Looks like soccer.
Exactly. And knowing that you did it to give those points up for your team, now they're just looking to get back out on the field and make up for it.
Let's go.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss.
Black open.
Back near his goal line, here's Tua. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
Fields this way up at the 17. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
2 and now on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Here we go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Opposite. 3. 6. 11. 10.
Tua going to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Tua on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down, and the Dolphins defense is able to hold. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessary.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. That time, Bradley Chubb shooting in there for the sack. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly. Throwing on 2nd and long. Tua. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Well, this defense was victimized earlier in this opening quarter. This time, a measure of revenge.
Well, they always tell defenses you have to have a short memory. But I also think it helps if you remember what happens to you before. And now you're able to flip it around. They didn't want to show weakness and let this offense think they could do whatever they want. And they turned things around in that case and picked one off themselves.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. A run with Mostert up the middle. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
Ready.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
52 blasted.
They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Here's Tua. Got a man. It's Waddle complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Rolling to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Excellent recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Tua sets up to pass it. And this is caught at the 8. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Let's go.
On play action, here's Tua. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack.
Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal.
This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go.
Here we go.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
Now Hill to return it. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
And it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tua under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I like what they tried to do there, tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a 1st down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Watch out for Hill on the return.
A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return.
And out will come the offense as they take over. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
To try again after the sack. Tua. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the 1st half. On 3rd and long, it's Tagovailoa. He is going to find Hill here. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Play action. Now it's Tua. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A big play there just before halftime. 45 yards. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting. So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into it because they were there to help break that pass up.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
The kick by Sanders is good, and that will do it for this 1st half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Tua.
Open man is Waddle, complete.
And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Here we go. Field flat.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Well, they've got the slim deficit, decided to go for it, hoping to keep the football score and erase that deficit. But, boy, deep in their own territory like that.
Let's just say that with that call, me and the head coach will agree to disagree, all right? But he knew he wanted to be aggressive there, as you pointed out. So I guarantee he told his defensive coordinator, have your guys up and ready. I'm going to go for it here. If we don't get it, just make sure they're ready to go out there and bail us out.
In motion comes the tight end left. They fake the handoff. Now Tua.
And, oh, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Off of play action. Tagovailoa.
This will be caught. It's Waddle.
Touchdown! Jalen Waddle, 38 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Sanders on for the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead.
Makes the score Dolphins 17. Dolphins 5.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40.
Here's a toss play right to Mostert. He'll get this up to about the 44.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Second down, here's Mostert again.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off Byron Jones. There he goes, right side. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
One more time with Mostert.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
2 and now, 3rd and goal. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Ready, ready. Watch out.
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Raheem Mostert
From a yard out.
and the Dolphins will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will make this a 19-point game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Fields this way up at the 17.
And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a
Man, it's caught inside the 10. It's a big play there for Miami. 55 yards.
Sometimes those tip balls turn out to be like a pinball. Just bounce all over the place. Everyone's got to go up and get it. In this case...
Well, we talk about tip drills for defensive players like you, but what about the offensive guys? They do any tip drills?
I think they work on it as well, oftentimes in the Hail Mary situations, because you're actually counting on a ball being tipped to give you an extra chance to catch it. They use that training well.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Ready.
From the gun, a run with Mostert.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Tagovailoa. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting ahead.
He's got a man complete. The 40.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Have confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
And you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Eric Rowe.
And the Dolphins are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the fourth quarter.
It certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
They have still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Tua once again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
On 2nd and 11 now. Tua. His throw incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Ready.
And this offense on 3rd down today, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
On the ball.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua.
And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Rush coming, and he's taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that will bump the lead up to 26. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. A short kick taken at the 18. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future.
He's got a man complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Tua going to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 2nd and 10, Tua. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw again. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 15-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. On target over the middle to Hill. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it's 2nd down. And again, it's Tagovailoa. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run here with Mostert. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
In motion left, the tight end. On 2nd and goal, Tua. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. So now the Dolphin offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. It's a run with Mostert. And he's going to go down right at the line of scrimmage. The defense left him with nowhere to go. And the try for 2 is denied. And did the Dolphins get it? Yes. Miami football. So the onside kick is recovered. And, you know, I always thought, Charles, as someone who didn't play these positions, that going over the middle as a receiver or trying to recover an onside kick, those are 2 very tough things to do.
It takes a lot of fortitude to put yourself in that position, but you have to do it in order to help your team win.
Unable to recover it, it costs them. The kicking team gets the football here. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
One final try for Tagovailoa. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Javon Holland. Well, an interesting finish to this one. They get in the end zone at the end of the game. Then they went for two. It wouldn't have mattered. The game was over, but they didn't get that two-point conversion.
I think trying to get the 2 points, that was for pride for them. But obviously the guys on the other side of the ball had some pride too. They stopped the two-point play, even though, as you noted, it did not matter. So both teams battled to the end.
We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. It didn't take long to see our first penalty of the game, did it?
We always talk about everyone wanting to get into the game in a hurry. The officials did as well.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
On play action, Lawrence.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
Well, they certainly took a shot to open this game. I know it backfired with the interception, but no lack of bravado from that sideline at all. And look, they told us before the ball game, they wanted to be a little more dangerous on offense. They wanted to take a few more chances. That opening pass certainly set a tone. Maybe a turnover, but I don't think it'll stop them from trying again the rest of this game.
Come 19, back to 60. 60 Maverick.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts.
And this one complete to Smith.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Here we go. Tight. Mustang 19. 19 tight. 19 tight. 79 Broncos. Ready.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Second and 8.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 3rd down, here's an option play left. And, oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Oh, looked like they got someone to jump there. And if that's the case, this will be a first down. Instead of making them earn it on fourth, they jump and give them the first.
I love the way you just phrased that. Didn't really have to earn it, did they? Bad discipline on the defensive side of the ball.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. Play action. Here's Hurts. Open man, he's got him. That's Smith for the Philadelphia touchdown. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Eagles use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
On the ready.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader. Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They go play action now. Lawrence on the move to his left. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Many times when the play breaks down and the quarterback's moving around outside of the pocket, you're thinking just get rid of something short. But a lot of guys are coached, think deep, take the big shot, hoping someone can get lost behind the secondary. They weren't able to connect on that one.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
They're going on 4th down. Lawrence looking downfield for Jones. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone.